Welcome to the Lone Ranger Radio Show. My name is Bruce Woodburn, CrossCountry Mortgage, and yes, I am the Lone Ranger. Thank you so much for taking that precious time out of your weekend. I know there's so many things you got to do around the house. I know I've got my honeydew chores to do this weekend as well, but what a beautiful weekend, and glad to be here in sunny Florida, and just glad to have you guys tuning in with me today. Whether you're looking at buying, selling a home, or refinancing a home, it doesn't matter. My show is always about how you can make money in the market. And I'm here to help you make money in the market. You've heard me tell my story. I'm a 10th grade dropout. I lost both my parents when I was a young boy. And I went down the wrong path on several occasions, but turned out on the right side. And things have been good. You know, people cared about me, taught me how to buy property and how to invest in real estate and how to save money and spend less money and be more responsible with credit. And so my passion now is to help you, you experience the same thing. And so if you tune into this show, you're going to either find that it's helpful for you, or you'll know somebody that I may be able to reach out and help. And here's the thing, you know what? I'm 64 years old. I'll be 65 years old. I'm still going strong. I work a lot of hours. I'm still pumping out the hours, but I'm having a lot of fun meeting folks just like you and your children. I'm helping so many of you that are referring your children and grandchildren to me. And I want to thank you personally for the opportunity. You know, when somebody refers a family member, somebody that they love, to you for business, you know, it really touches a heartstring for me. And I want you to know how much I appreciate that, and that you would have the faith and confidence in me to be able to take great care of your family members. So it's important. And I'm grateful for that opportunity. So we've got a lot of things to talk about on the show today. One of them being the announcement for the Federal Reserve, you know, and what they're doing with interest rates. So there's some really cool things that are happening with the Fed right now, if you want to say that with a sarcastic tone. So let's just talk a little bit about that. In just a minute. I want to talk about self-employed people. You know, a lot of my clients out there, you're self-employed. I know you do really well for yourself, but you're writing off everything. You don't want to pay any taxes. And so you write everything off. And when you go to a mortgage company or bank to get a loan, nobody wants to talk to you. Like, well, I got a creative accountant. Well, I know what your creative accountant means you're writing off everything. And that's okay. If you want to continue to do business that way, but you still want to be able to own real estate, then you have to do things a little bit different. But I've got the programs that can accommodate you. I have bank statement programs that will work for you, where you don't need to bring me your tax returns. I don't care what you make. I will take your deposits from your business return or your business bank statements, and I'll add them up, and I'll use 50% of that as income for you, and we can qualify you that way. So if that works better for you, that's a bank statement program. And then if you want to buy investment property, but you're not showing the income, I can actually use the rental income from the property that you want to buy, even if there's no lease on it already. And I can qualify you to buy a home using my DSCR program, my debt service coverage ratio. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. But self-employed people, it's a popular subject right now because we got tax season coming up. So if you don't want to pay a higher rate and put a larger down payment down, then you're going to have to show the taxes. And that's the way it's got to be for you to get a conventional FHA or VA loan. So I can help you with that. I'll analyze your previous tax returns and show you what kind of income you need to be able to report to be able to buy the type of house or price point of house that you want to buy. And the Loan Arranger can help you with that. If you have questions for me, you can call me right now in my Tampa office at 813-213-4009 or my Orlando office at 407-706-3313, or you can go to my website at webringyouhome.com. That's webringyouhome.com. Always here to make sure that you have all of the information that you need to be able to make an informed decision when you are seeking to buy property. So that's what we're here to do. And I'm going to walk you in the right direction. So let's see about a few other topics that we've got going on that I think are of importance. So, our previous president, Trump, my president, I'm going to say my president, Trump, Biden is not my president. I don't even know what he is, but he's not my president. I think if he is a president, he's the worst president that we've ever had in the history of America. And I haven't been around that long, but I can tell you as long as I've been on the planet, I would vote for President Carter before I'd vote for Biden again. But either way, so Trump comes out on Friday after the Fed Reserve announcement that we could potentially see additional rate cuts. Now, I just want to go back in time with you guys for just a minute. So back in December during the Fed meeting, Powell gets on. Now, you got to remember, Powell's not an economist, okay? Don't you think an economist should be running the Federal Reserve, not an attorney? But he's not an economist. So he says things, and then he reverses them a week later. So back in December, he goes, you know what? Everything looks like it's going according to plan. The market is starting to cool off. Inflation is cooling off. It looks like we could potentially see 3 to 4 Fed cuts this year. Great news. Market just went crazy on that. Stock market's rallying. Interest rates start to improve a little bit. 1 week later, he comes out and he says, well, we got our numbers out, and it looks like inflation is not coming down the way we expected. It actually is up 3.4%. Therefore, it will not be likely that any rate cuts will happen anytime soon. Then on the 30th of January, he comes out and he says that, hey, we're not in for any type of a recession. It looks like a recession's, off the table. Things are looking better. And the Central Bank of European central banks are trying to get us to do some Fed cuts. So they're talking about the Fed cuts again. So then the stock market tanks and the bond market tanks, and he's like all over the board. He can't make a decision on what he wants to do. He needs to just keep his big trap shut and let the economy just work itself out. I actually think that we will not see any rate cuts coming up here in the next few months, probably not till mid-year. And I just don't think inflation is under control. And if this buffoon keeps spouting off at the mouth, he's just causing uncertainty in the market, and the market doesn't like uncertainty. So what it does is it just gets worse. So I think if we just left the market alone, interest rates will tend to tailor themselves down because money will start flowing into bonds. Bond market will improve. But every time he opens his mouth, the bond market goes to hell in a handbasket, and that's affecting you for your buying power. So Trump comes out and says that if he's reelected, that he would not reappoint federal chairman Jerome Powell, accusing Powell of considering rate cuts to drive Democrats in an advantage in the 2024 elections. So it could look to me like he's trying to lower interest rates for the sake of maybe getting people elected. And I don't know, Trump says that interview with Fox Business with Maria Bartiromo that aired on Friday morning. So I think that he's right. I think that Biden will do or say whatever he wants to say to be able to get votes. And I don't understand this, but the Democrats seem to just buy into it. I don't get it. They don't even question him. So I don't know. I guess they're just a bunch of puppets that will, if Biden says this is what we're going to do, it must be gospel. It must be true. And then, of course, you got all the media that sides with the liberals. And so the average consumer, especially your children, will have no capability of making an informed decision because the media and the social media is what is shaping their brains, unfortunately, and they don't know enough to question it. So that's my spiel, my my rant on the Federal Reserve and what's going on there. Let's talk about other things. Average Freddie Mac interest rate right now on 30-year mortgage is 6.67%. So right around 6.75% is about your average. That's up a little bit from what it was a couple of weeks ago. So we see that that kind of thing happening. And we're also starting to see some more multiple offer situations on prices under 400, and sellers having a few more challenges on prices over 400 in the Orlando market. Tampa market's not quite experiencing the same type of frustrations. Their price point's a little bit higher. But I think those are things that we're going to face in the future. And I think right now, like my business literally exploded for new applications, not only for purchases, but for refinances. Starting January 3rd all the way through to present, we've been going gangbusters. So a lot of people are just, they don't see interest rates in the 7.5% or 8.25%. They're okay with the mid sixes, and we're seeing stimulation in the market. I think that's a really good thing. But be careful. If interest rates continue to drop, it's going to make it harder for you to negotiate. Sellers aren't going to wheel and deal with you when they got 15 people wanting their house. And already that's starting to happen, because the lower the interest rate goes, the more people are going to jump in the market. Call me now. You can reach me right now in Orlando at 407-706-3313. Again, that's 407-706-3313, or webringyouhome.com. You go right there, make a quick application. We can help you right there. Or you can go call me from my Tampa phone. These are not call centers, by the way. These are my phone numbers. I hope you realize that. I get you guys going, oh my God, the Lone Ranger called me back. Well, you called me on my cell phone. This is my cell number. I give you my number. No, JP Morgan's not going to give you his phone number. You're not going to get the Rockets phone number. You're not going to get any of these guys. They're not going to give you a phone number. I give you my phone number because I am still about helping my people get a better deal when it comes to a mortgage. Tampa, 813-213-4009. That's 813-213-4009. I'm seeing a lot of people refinance right now for debt consolidation. Divorces are seem to be up right now. I don't know what the deal is, but people needing to sell their home or refinance their home and pay off a spouse. If that is you, call me. If you are a family attorney and you want a lender that can truly be there as an advocate for your clients and not a cog in the wheel, I want to help families that are separating or divorcing, make sure that they're both treated fair and equitably. And if you are a family attorney and you'd like some help from me, I will help one of the spouses that want to keep the house refinance, and I'll help the next spouse get into their next home. If you need a real estate agent, I know all the best and the worst real estate agents in your area. Believe me, I do. And there are very few really good ones, and there are plenty of not so great ones. So I created a program called the Lone Ranger Real Estate Rebate Program. And this allows you to go out and find a real estate agent that has been pre-vetted by me, and that real estate agent will give you, the buyer or the seller, 25% of their commission, up to $10,000, back to you to use towards closing costs or prepaid escrows. It's a no-brainer, my friends. So if you want a great real estate agent, call me, get approved by me. Now, I don't refer you till you're fully approved for your financing, right? You got to be fully approved. When I send a buyer out to buy a home, that deal's going to close. They are well approved. So if you're a real estate agent and you're out looking for a better lender to work with, somebody that's actually got their act together and has loan officers on call 7 days a week, then call me, 813-213-4009 or 407-706-3313 or webringyouhome.com. I'll be back in 5 minutes with more of the Lone Ranger Radio Show. We've got a lot of things to talk about, including how to consolidate debt. Is a home equity line of credit better than a refinance? Maybe so. And different buy down programs for you to help you as a buyer or a seller. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back in 5 minutes.